Hi, everybody. I'm Tom Luke, and I'm here with Phil Rhodes from Futuramics Clean Water Center. And we're live here at the Omaha Home and Garden Show, or Expo, here in Omaha at the Century League Center. Today we're going to, talk about how reverse osmosis RO drinking water systems work. But before we do that, what I'd like to do is have Phil share with you a little history about Futuramics Clean Water Center, a little history about the business. They've been around here a long time, maybe a little bit about their Best of Omaha, and maybe the history of this show for them. So Phil, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. We're Futuramics Clean Water Center. We are what I consider Omaha's oldest family-owned and operated water treatment company. We've been located in Midtown Omaha since 1969, 48 years really this year, or 47, 48, somewhere in there. We're at the home show, the Spring and Garden Expo. This is the biggest home show of the home show season. You have
in our area.
Hundreds of vendors here. It's really the biggest show kind of in the Midwest, I believe. And we have been exhibiting at this show since 1971.
Wow.
So we got a lot of history here. It's a great opportunity for us to meet people, see customers. It's kind of like a big mobile showroom that we have here, so you can come down and get hands-on. So we're just we'll be down here waiting to visit, and we're going to go over some of the equipment we have here today.
So speaking of equipment, why don't we talk a little bit about the equipment that you have here, and maybe some of the systems that you offer, at Futuramics.
Okay. Well, we do all types of water treatment. We do water filtration for the whole house for points of use or filters. We do water softening. We do whole home conditioning, where it's softening and filtering. We do drinking water systems, which purify water, give you a bottled water quality on tap. We also do a lot of commercial and industrial stuff. In a lot of the restaurants, the manufacturing plants, the coffee shops, the breweries, the hospitals you go to, we actually take care of the water treatment equipment there. So we really do a little bit of everything.
Yep. And you cover, an 80-mile radius around Omaha?
Yeah, we sure do. Including Lincoln, area surrounding that, Omaha, Council Bluffs, Missouri Valley, down to Nebraska City, all over the place.
So, hopefully everybody's going to come down and visit us. And if you do, I know we have some specials going on this weekend. Phil, what are we giving away if they visit the booth here?
We have several things going on. We are offering, we have a drawing. First of all, we're giving away 2 items. We give away an ultraviolet portable purifier at every show this year. All 6 shows that we're in, we give away a portable ultraviolet purifier to some person that attends that show. And then on top of that, we have a grand prize for the home show season of our laundry purifier. And this is a system that installs ahead of your laundry, and it basically adds a little bit of ozone and gives you that invigorated, enhanced water to wash with, and it kills bacteria and viruses in your clothes, so everything comes out fresh. And even if you forget that load the night before and then open it up in the morning, you don't get that nasty, musty smell. It'll be nice and fresh. You can dry it, and everything's real nice. So it's like an $800 system. We're giving one of those away as a grand prize to everybody who enters at all 6 shows. And you feel free to come down and enter at each different show and get 6 different times, ability to win.
When we're done here today, we'll, mention what those 6 shows are at, and they're all pretty much local shows or within this area. Now, Phil, I also know that you were awarded Best of Omaha again in 2017. Let's talk about that a little bit, because I think you have some history there as well.
Well, we do, and we're really excited about that honor. I mean, we thank everybody. For us, we're a company that does not do a lot of advertising. We aren't on TV, we aren't on radio. People find out about us from our customers, from referrals, from builders or plumbers that do work with us. So our name, Futuramic, used to be Futuramic Products, now it's Futuramics Clean Water Center, isn't as well known as a lot of the big corporate franchise types companies out there. So the fact that every year there has been a category we have been a winner, and the last 2 years we've been first place. And we were just tremendously thankful to everybody for that. I mean, it's just, I think it's incredible. Beyond our wildest dreams that we would have that much recognition, among people. Without doing a lot of advertising.
It just goes to show your focus. I know you focus on service, that really pays off, in the long run. In your history, I mean, your dad started this business, so you've created a lot of great relationships. So, I think you've been 4 years in a row, Best of Omaha, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so, great.
So, and we're hoping for a fifth. So.
We'll keep going, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to mention before we talk about the reverse osmosis drinking water system? Anything else that you can think about that, if you do come down, all you have to do is give us your email and your name, and you can sign up, for the free giveaway. So please stop down if you're here.
Another thing is, for anybody that, if you stop in down here and you go ahead and set up an appointment for a water test or an estimate, they're free, no obligation estimates. We're giving away a really nifty little 6-pack cooler and a couple of koozies. So a couple little giveaways if you go ahead and sign up for an estimate at the show down here.
Okay, great. Well, why don't we go ahead? I'm going to reverse this camera around, and why don't you talk a little bit about how reverse osmosis drinking water systems work?
Okay.
I mean, literally, and then I'm driving down the road, and there's these lights behind me. So
all right. First of all, reverse osmosis drinking water, that sounds a little bit technical, but basically we offer a number of different systems to purify and make better drinking water. We have whole house systems, we have filters that do taste and odor, but our flagship, our most popular system is the reverse osmosis or RO system. And we have a couple of different ones that we are showing here at the show. If you live on city water, in town, rural water supplies, we use a 5-stage system. It has 5 different filters. It basically gives you that better than bottled water, absolutely purified water. It takes 92 to 99% of everything out of the water. These systems, our city water system makes up to 75 gallons per day, which is about 3 gallons an hour. It stores 3 gallons in a storage tank that tucks either neatly under your sink or down in the basement. And then you have a little faucet that sits on the sink. We also will hook up the refrigerator ice makers, and we can hook up other faucets as well if depending on the system.
Now, are all of the systems the same, or what's the difference between them?
Okay, they all will produce similar water in the end. The biggest differences come in the number of filters in the system. Some of our systems, like for well water, have what we call a permeate pump. It's a little pump that enhances the pressure of a low pressure well system to give better performance on a well. Other systems that are available, that we work on but don't necessarily sell, may make more or less water. Filters can be more expensive or less expensive, last 6 months or last a year. Our systems, we try to use components that give you the most for your money. So our systems only require a filter change once a year for some of the filters, and other filters that may be as long as 10 to 12 years between replacement.
What about water wasting? Do they waste water at all?
You know what, they do, and that's one of the big complaints people have, and sometimes it's a bit of a misconception, is about, I don't want RO because it wastes a lot of water. Well, in the early days of reverse osmosis, the systems were built just to make pure water. They didn't worry about anything else, and they ran water to the drain all the time, and they could literally run hundreds of gallons of water down the drain. Well, that's pretty unacceptable, to most people, but that went away a long time ago with the advent of more technology and automatic shutoffs, but that is kind of stuck with where a lot of people still think reverse osmosis systems waste a lot of water. So your typical modern reverse osmosis system will use about 4 gallons to make one. So it'll throw 3 away, and it has a gallon of good water. That's a pretty decent ratio for what you're doing. It's still a lot of waste, but it's really, if you drink a gallon, a couple of flushes of a toilet, and that's what it costs you for the pure water that you get. We've taken that a step further. We have our new system that's just within the last 6 months. We have some new very high efficient technology that allows us to produce our water. We make 1 gallon and we waste 1 gallon. So we literally use 50% less water than any other system on the market. So we have the most environmentally friendly, water-friendly system available. It still makes 75 gallons a day, up to that for capacity. So you have lots of water available, but it wastes very little water. And your filter changes are still as low as like $25 a year for your yearly set.
So what about drinking the purified water? Does it taste good? Is that the whole point of purifying and doing the reverse osmosis?
I would say, excuse me, the number one reason people love their reverse osmosis systems is the taste of the water. Probably the number one reason they come visit with us about them is because they're concerned about something in the water, or they've heard some of the news reports of this, or there's been some communities have had some sort of an alert from the water department, or there's been a newspaper in the article newspaper. But really, what people end up loving about it is it's just such great water. You drink more water, it's healthy to drink water, and that's what it is. They do remove more contaminants than any other treatment system available. They pretty well take care of all of the inorganic minerals that are problems: sodium, lead, copper, aluminum, things like that, nitrates, chlorides. They take care of pesticides and herbicides that may be in the water, and we do see these. You get groups that do testing and they find trace amounts of these things in the water supply. The other thing that reverse osmosis on a good 5-stage system, recent tests removed 300 tested hormones and pharmaceuticals, and no other technology other than 5 stages of reverse osmosis would remove all of those items. So those are real concrete reasons to look at this, but the biggest thing I think is that if you have great water, you drink more water, and there's nothing better for you than drinking water.
That's right.
I mean, it's the best way to hydrate.
Now, is it acidic at all?
That's a kind of a question that moves around, or the answer moves around a little bit. The reality is RO does not necessarily make water acidic. It reduces the amount of everything in the water. So on the coasts where you hear a lot of this acidic talk that came up, oh, be careful, RO water is acidic. Their base water is acidic, so when you run it through an RO, it's more aggressive acidic water. In the Midwest, we have very high pH, so it's very alkaline. When RO water comes out, it's still alkaline. So in the Midwest, the answer would be no, it's not.
Great. So what if I'm interested in buying one of these systems for my home? What's the process? What do I need to do?
Basically, what we would have you do is give us a call. We give free in-home estimates.
Stop down at the show this
stop
weekend.
at the show, or stop into our showroom. Any of those things. And one of our great estimators will stop out and just look over your situation and give you a no-hassle estimate.
Great.
Now, I do want to real quickly just go through the steps that make up the RO. In town, I'll kind of make this quick. Basically, you have 5 stages of filtration. The first stage is a sediment filter. It gets the big stuff out of the water, down to maybe 10 times smaller than a human hair. It basically protects the rest of the system. And these filters, believe it or not, even on Omaha tap water, can be pretty gunky when we pull them out after a year. In some parts of town or in some areas, they still don't look too bad. But I get other places it looks like there's green pudding on them or something. And they just can be really nasty. So that's the first stage. Then we have 2 stages of activated carbon. And this is a block carbon filter. We use that because it gives extremely long contact carbon filtration, removes volatile chemicals, tastes, odors, chloramines. A lot of the pharmaceuticals and things like that are pulled out in this stage. From there, it goes up to our reverse osmosis membrane. And this is where water is used in the process. The flow splits. Basically, the raw water comes in, it flows across our membrane. The pure water is basically dripped through the membrane and collected on the other side, while the solids and contaminants are flushed out and down the drain. And that's where that 1 gallon of waste comes in. It basically keeps this microscopic filter clean while it's making water. Once the water is collected, it goes down to the storage tank. and it is held here until you need to use it. When you open the faucet to use some water, the water comes out of the storage tank, goes through a final activating carbon filter, which adds oxygen, gives you that really fresh tasting water, and that is basically the process in a nutshell.
Wow.
So
cool.
on a well water system, we do very similar things. It's just we run through a water activated pump to increase pressure during the same exact process.
Great. All right. Well, I think, they fit to just about any household too, right?
That's right. They're made to fit under the sink, so if you have a finished basement and that's where we can go, we can slip these things under the sink. If you have open, unfinished area in the basement, a lot of times we can pull the lines downstairs and tuck them away in the laundry room. So we try to put them where they're the most convenient for you. You only have to change filters once a year. So, we kind of try to put them out of the way so that you just don't even think about it. You just flip your faucet and you have pure water.
Awesome. And yeah, anybody can come down, and if you have more questions about the systems, the whole staff will be here.
Yep.
And so why don't we wrap this up? And let's talk a little bit about, we have 2 more live events coming up. There'll be another one tomorrow at 2, and then we'll be here at 1 on Sunday. Why don't you go ahead and read at the bottom the shows that you'll be at for the other giveaway.
Okay, so we have a number of shows coming up. On the 25th of February, we're going to be at the Extreme Beer Fest. This is a limited ticket event. It's very fun. We always say great water makes great beer. So we do a lot of breweries. So that's an event we enjoy certainly, and it's great. Then we'll be at the Midwest Ag Show here, right back here, March 8th and 9th. We will be in Lincoln for the Husker Lawn and Leisure Show, March 10th through the 12th. Then we'll be over in Council Bluffs at the Mid-America Center for the Council Bluffs Home Show. That is March 17th through the 19th. Then we have a couple of weeks off, and we're going to be right back down here at the CenturyLink, April 7th through the 9th for the Omaha Spring Home Show, which is put on by the World Herald and Metropolitan Omaha Builders Association. That same weekend, we will also be over at the Baxter Arena at the Health and Wellness Expo. So you have a lot of opportunities to come talk to us and come in and see what's going on and sign up for some of the neat giveaways we have. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.